Welcome or welcome back to my channel, and more importantly, to day 21 of the 25-day countdown to October. And yes, I know it's already October. The last 30 days of my life have been an absolute mess. I'm doing my best to get these out. And if you hear little popping sounds, I don't know if you will, but if you do, I have my handy dandy water sitting kind of close, so you may hear little poppy sounds. I'm sorry. But yes, if you've not guessed already, today we're doing a little witch's cauldron. We've done a witch's hat, we've done a witch, now she needs a cauldron. So you'll just need a 5mm hook and black and green yarn. And to get started, I'm going to do a magic circle, chain 1, and then I'm going to do 10 single crochets into the magic circle. And once you finish your 10 double crochets, you will just slip stitch into that first spot, chain 2, go into that same spot and do 2 double crochets. And then you will proceed to do 2 double crochets in each spot all the way around so that you end with 20 double crochets. And once you have finished your 20 double crochets, you're going to slip stitch into that first one. You're going to chain 2, and you're going to half double crochet into that first spot. And then you're going to do 1 single crochet in the next 4 spots. And you're going to do 2 half double crochets into the next spot to kind of counteract the chain 2. And you're going to chain 1, turn your work, do 1 single crochet, but don't do it all the way yet. You're going to grab your green. Sorry if I seem a little spacey, because I'm trying to decipher my notes that I have written down for this. And pull that through. Go into that loop. And then you're going to go all the way up until the last one with the green. So I'm on the 5th one. I'm going to pull the green to the side, pull the black through, go into the top of that chain 2 space, and do my last single crochet. Chain 1, turn my work, and then I'm going to do a single crochet all the way across the top. And then, in this one I didn't do exactly precise. Find about where the middle is. stitches here. So 2, 3, 4. That's where the legs are going to be. Then over here, I'm going to say you do the first chain, skip the second one. So there should be one single crochet above each of these. This is where the handles are going to be. It'll make sense in a minute. I just had to map it out for myself. So in that same spot you just did a single crochet, you're going to do another one while you turn your work. And then in that half double crochet space, you're going to do 2 single crochets. And then in this first loop right here, you're going to do 1 single crochet, and then in that first stitch spot, you're going to do 1. Now you're going to chain 4. And then you're going to skip 1 spot, and you're going to the next spot, do 1 single crochet, and this is going to be the handle. You're going to do a single crochet in each of the remaining 2 spots. You're going to go in, do 1 single crochet, you're going to chain 2, and you're going to go into that same spot and do a single crochet, and that is going to be your little leg. And then you're going to do a single crochet in the next 2 spots, pull out your marker, do a single crochet, chain 2, and then do a single crochet into that same spot. And do a single crochet in each of the spots going up to the next marker, chain 4, skipping over that 1 stitch, going into the next one, and doing a single crochet. That is your next handle. And then in that chain 2 that you started off with, you're going to do 2 single crochets in there. And then into the corner where you did the single crochet up here, you're going to go into that same spot and do another single crochet and slip stitch into that top stitch. Chain 2 and pull out enough of a tail of the stitch all the way around. And it wasn't super precise, so what I did, just in case it didn't make sense, was since there was 7 stitches across, I went to the middle one and I went down and it landed between 2 stitches. So I went ahead and I went over and put a pin so that there was 2 stitches between each pin, and those were the feet. And then I just found a good place for the handles, which ends up being 1 stitch down from the rim, which will make sense when you see it. So then I did a single crochet all the way around, chaining 4, skipping that one where I have the handle, continuing single crochet. Where I have it marked for the feet, I do a single crochet into that spot, chain 2, a single crochet back into that spot, and continue around in case you need to hear it a little more condensed and not so separated from me trying to pause and read my own notes. Okay, so I went ahead and I took care of the string in the back, and by that I mean, like in the last video when I said I just go outside and I just kind of cinch them down because I don't want to weave them in. You can weave them in if you don't want to deal with it, but I go outside so it's nice and ventilated and deal with that. So now I'm going to find a good place to put it down, which I think on this 3rd row, I'm going to kind of line it up at the bottom. And I think that'll be a good spot for it, so that I have some space for these bits, which these I actually wasn't going to do. I did these very last minute. I had made the last few squares I'm going to show you before I ever added this on. It was just laying there and I was like, I feel like it needs more. And I'm so glad I did this because I think this is so cool. But yes, I'm going to go ahead and pin this down where I want it. And then I like that it's lined up so as I'm stitching through, I can just make sure to go right in to this row line as I'm stitching this down so it stays straight. But while I'm stitching it down, when I get to these, I'm going to make sure to pull them out, like how in other videos I've shown you directing it by going in, pulling out, going in, pulling out, and then stitching down. So you can actually see it. And I'm going to do the same with the legs. I'm going to make sure I go in and pull down so you can really see it. The Cauldron's itty bitty little legs. And you could do this in any color, like an orange could be cool, like a hot pink or a light pink or white or whatever. Like if you're going for lighter colors, you could do the Cauldron in like a gray, do this in like a light pink or hot pink, and do this in like pink and white or something if you wanted to go for like lighter colors. But enough blabbering. I'm going to go ahead and start stitching the Cauldron now. So I'm going to do what I usually do. I'm going to go straight in, and then I'm going to come up and grab a loop, and just back and forth like that all the way around, all the way around. And then when I get here, I'll show you what that looks like when I'm directing it, and I will be right back. So I am on this first spot, so I'm going to come out a little ways away, grab that first loop, and pull it. So that's what you do from the back side. From the front side, you can just grab it, pull it out as far as you want, and then go the rest of the way through. And again in the back, come out where you want it to go, grab that loop, and then it'll get pulled that direction. And now that handle is pulled out and where I want it to be, so I'm going to finish this up. And I'm going to do the same thing to the feet when I if I'm come out this side and I have to go down, I'm going to go down, I'm going to pull down, I'm going to go in. Or if I'm coming out the other side, I'm going to come out where I want it to go and then pull this through and then go the rest of the way. So I'm going to finish this and I'll be right back. All right, let's see if I can recreate this. We will see. I remember it being difficult when I was doing it originally, so we shall see. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to leave a little bit of a tail. And I'm pretty much going to go from point A to point B, which is going to be, I'm going to kind of guesstimate how I want it to look. So I can find the center, okay, right about here. I'm going to go through, but I'm not going to go all the way through because again, I want this to be held out so it does the little swirly thing. So then I'm going to come back up over here. And here to hold down this bit. And then here, and this is all just kind of like me guessing how to do this. I'm sure there's better ways. Like I actually got some starch and I could probably like lay these in the shape I wanted to and starch them down, waiting for them to dry and tack them down, but Then I want this to go over this way a little bit, so I'm gonna come up through here and tack that down here. I want it to be a bit more swirly, so I'm going to come down, do another, I'm going to call these like these little points I'm doing tacks. I'm going to tack that down there. I'm going to come up and tack it down here again. I only needed 3 tacks on the other one, but this one seems to be a little more dramatic, which is fine. I think that looks good. And then I'm going to come way over here, have it come out here, and again do another swirl but a little smaller one, so it goes in here, this is looking too bad so far. That looks good. And then for this one, I'm gonna go here and here. Then I'm gonna come out over here and in the same spot. And then over here, I'm gonna come out over here and come out right here. Right, and then the back on this is going to be a little bit messier than I would usually like, but you don't have to do these bits. I feel like it's worth it. And then what I did was with the last piece that I went through and the first piece where we started, I just tied them together and then weaved them between this layer and this layer, as I do with all of the other ones. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of these loose ends and I'll be right back. And that was the pattern for this cute little steamy, bubbly cauldron. Again, you can do whatever color combination you want for this, but I think it's really cute. And for tomorrow's video, you will only need black and white. The background is going to be black, the trim is going to be white, and then the sewing portion is going to be just white. That's all you'll need, unless, again, you want to do different colors than me, in which case you can do whatever color combination you want to do. But with that information, go ahead and go into the comment section and guess what you think tomorrow's video is going to be. And if you make these, please post them on Facebook or Instagram and tag me. I would absolutely love to see them. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in tomorrow's video. Bye!